Washington Capitals entered the 2016-17 as favorites to win the Stanley Cup at odds of 8-1. The Washington Capitals are coming off one of their most successful seasons in franchise history as they finished with 120 points and had the best record in the NHL in 2015 and 16. Unfortunately for the Capitals, they didn't have enough playoff success as they lost to the Pittsburgh Penguins in the second round. The Washington Capitals had an overall record of 56-18-6-2, and the team was almost as good on the road as they were at home. The Capitals were outstanding at home last season with a record of 29-12, and they were almost as good on the road, going 27-14. Washington was simply a team to bet on a nightly basis as they rolled through the regular season. The Capitals were second in the NHL in goals per game at 3 goals per contest, and they were second best in the NHL in goals against at 2.3 per contest. The Capitals didn't need to do anything in the offseason because they have a team capable of winning the Stanley Cup. The only concern for the Capitals entering this season is depth, as they were very fortunate last season a year ago with very few injuries, and they may not be as lucky in 2016-17. The Capitals made very few offseason changes, so they enter the 2016-17 season with virtually the same team they had a year ago. They did let Jason Chimera go and brought in Brad Malone, but neither is an impact player. Washington did re-sign restricted free agent Marcus Johansson to a 3-year deal. He was a good third-line player last season for the Caps and a player they needed to bring back. Washington has a high-powered offense led by Alexander Ovechkin and Yevgeny Kuznetsov, and they have a very good defense led by John Carlson and Matt Niskanen. The defense was helped out in a big way by goaltender Braden Holtby, who won the Vezina Trophy last season. There are no real weaknesses on the Capitals, but it is very hard to follow up a great season with another great season. And keep in mind that what really matters for the Capitals is winning in the playoffs and making the Stanley Cup final, something the team has never done in their history. The Capitals are going to be very good again this season as they have a potent offense, a good defense, and a very good goaltender. The question is how much value the Capitals will have coming off such a great season a year ago. The last time the Capitals finished with the top record in the league was in 2009 and 2010, and the following season they fell 14 points. If that happens this season, then Washington would go from 120 points to 106. That would still have been enough to win the division last season, but it would have been close as the Penguins finished with 104 points in second place. Washington likely won't match their point total of last season in 2016 and 17, but they should still be a strong contender to win the Metropolitan Division, and they should have a chance to make their first ever Stanley Cup final. Don't forget that Bang the Book is your best resource for sports betting information on this event and every other sporting event and game this week. Click over to bangthebook.com now.